Alrighty. Let's talk a little bit about the course sections. Admittedly, RTS game programming is one of the most complex genres that you can attempt when it comes to game programming. I mean, game programming itself is definitely a complex task, and RTS game programming is definitely at the top. Uh, so it is very important that the students, take it in bite-sized chunks. That is why we have divided into uh, three easy course sections. And the first section is, of course, the asset preparation, which is the smallest and the easiest one. In this section, we make sure that all the assets that we're going to use in the game are ready. Like, for example, the animated characters. Of course, you're not going to model the characters yourselves. You will be given all the characters, and but you need to import them into Unreal Engine and make sure they're actually working all right. And uh, of course, that applies to other assets as well, like, for example, the terrain assets and foliage, etc., etc. So once you have everything ready, you move on to module number 2, which is RTS AI and core programming in C++. This is where you do the bulk of the RTS game mechanics, like, for example, selecting a unit, okay, and moving a unit, and pathfinding, of course, and the famous A star algorithm for pathfinding. We go really, really deep into that algorithm. Then you get into battle logic. How do two units actually duke it out? How do we model, for example, the firepower, the meleeing power, for example, that kind of stuff. But this alone, RTS core AI programming and the game programming modules alone, is not enough to make a game. Okay, and module number 3, we actually take all these disparate components and make it into a game. In module number 3, this is where we get into, for example, level optimization, okay, lighting tuning, for example, and shader optimization, and identification of bottlenecks in your C++ code. Okay, whether it is in the rendering loop, whether it is in the AI loop, game loop, etc., etc., and game saving mechanisms, game loading mechanisms, and in-game DVRs, and start UI screens and end UI screen, victory conditions, game balancing, for example, making sure that one faction is not too strong, that kind of stuff. So this is where in course section number 3, the largest and the last, where you actually bring in all these components and actually put this together into a working game. Okay, I hope I have given you enough material to motivate you. It is time to stop talking and start doing. So in conclusion, I'll just say this. You come in with a literally blank slate. Then you go through the asset preparation stage. This is the section on asset preparation. We talked about it. Then you move on to RTS, the core components of RTS AI and the game mechanics coding. Then you move on to the game components, where you bring in all of these components together and make it into a game. And finally, you are ready to produce a playable EXE. Okay, I am super excited. I hope you're actually excited as much as I am. I know lots of modules to actually go through. No question about that, no point in denying it. But I'll promise you this, we will give you every help that we can. We have set up a Facebook group. We will answer questions daily. All the questions will be answered within 24 hours, if not much sooner. And we will have a weekly live question and answer session. Okay, and of course you can always email us. We'll give you all the contact details, and we will help you any way which we can in order to take you from this point up to this point. And welcome. Let's saddle up. Let the journey begin.